agree with them. Is it you want to forward the email only if you agree with them, or you want to forward the email and tell them if you agree with them?
Because she know more detail with me, so I want she to go through this because we are working together in this job, but we have different knowledge about this job. So I want she to compromise this. Yeah.
I don't think you mean compromise. Solve this problem. Compromise is not right.
It's not right.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Compromise is
Coordinate.
You cannot do it one way. Coordinate is right. Yeah, coordinate with them. Okay. So what I want to understand is, do you mean that if you agree, forward the email, or do you mean forward the email and then discuss whether you agree with them or not?
No need to discuss. Just if you have
Just the first
any
one.
extra information, add your information. If not just this mean you
Forward
agree.
the email.
Yeah, my information. You always you are also have the same knowledge with me. Just forward this. Yeah.
Then a little bit wrong. I'm wrong then.
I'm sorry.
Because you said agree them. So agree with them. So actually you don't mean agree with them. What you mean is if you agree with
My
this,
understanding. Yeah.
agree with this. I see. Okay, it should be with this. Okay. Not with them, but with this. Okay. Perry, by the way, because I set the time until 11:45 for our Zoom meeting, I don't know whether we will get cut. If we get cut, then I just make it.
No
and then we
problem.
continue,
No
yeah?
problem. I think Charles is okay.
I just
think
don't know.
Charles we can compete.
We'll
Okay.
see how we get on. Maybe we can finish in 10 minutes. I don't know. Let's
Okay,
just try.
no
So
problem.
please be reported. We can't use please be reported like that. You can use please be informed. Do you know why it is not right to use please be reported? I'll try to give you a way to think about it, okay? You think about this sentence here. I would like to inform you.
Okay.
So if you can inform you, that means that you can be informed. If I can advise you, that means that you can be advised. But for example, confirm. We cannot say please be confirmed, because we cannot say I would like to confirm you. We cannot confirm you. We can confirm the date. We can confirm the figures, confirm the numbers. So the date or the figures can be confirmed. But because we cannot confirm you, then you cannot be confirmed. And in the same way, we don't report you. So it's not that you are reported. So we cannot use the phrase please be reported. Because please be reported means that somebody reports you. Let's say, for example, somebody calls the police and says, I would like to report Li Tai-shing. That's the kind of meaning that you have, is that you have that, you report someone to another person. Like, I want to tell the police this person did a bad thing. That's reporting somebody. Or if I go to your boss and say, oh, your employee did this, that means I report you to the boss. That's the meaning of be reported. So it's not
Makes
right.
sense.
You
Makes
have-
sense. Reporter, I know what you mean now. I completely what you mean now. Thank you.
Good, okay. So
Yeah.
it comes from the fact that it comes from the problem that some verbs can go with the object you. So, for example, you think about like this, okay? Inform or remind or advise. These can all be plus you. So these can be passive. Do you get that? That it can be, please be informed, please be reminded, please be advised. But confirm, no you, so not please be confirmed. Report, no you, so not please be reported. So if you want to put please be and then a verb, you must think, can that verb go with you? Because if it's please be, that means I am doing it to you. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay, you can do like this. I would like to report to you that. Yeah? However, this seems redundant to me because the purpose of this sentence is not to report something, but to suggest something.
Okay.
So it seems strange that you are reporting and suggesting in the same sentence. I think you just delete the first part and just put we suggest. Right?
Right.
It's not a report, it's just a suggestion. But then you have a problem with your suggestion. Can you see the problem with the suggestion?
Jaren, we suggest
Good, well done.
selecting. Yeah. Yeah.
What other way what's the other way that we can do it?
Yes.
After suggest, what other structure can we use?
Okay. Use. Okay. Okay. Understand. Okay.
Sorry.
Thanks.
So do you see that there are three ways that we can use the verb suggest? We can use a gerund, or we can use the that clause, or we can use a noun phrase. So a noun phrase could be, for example, like this. You could say, we suggest, and then you could use, we suggest a rate of 8.25%. Maybe I don't know if I've misunderstood, but you could try like this. For OGIS, we suggest a rate of 8.25% on the first, what is it, 2 million. Maybe I don't really understand, rather than revenue limited. I don't understand how to put the last part, rather than revenue. OGIS is one company, revenue is another?
Because two companies remain the same group, only one company can choose 8.25%. Yeah. In Hong Kong profit tax system, in the same group, yeah, only one company can use lower rate, another must use higher rate. Yeah. So OGIS use lower rate 8.2 pi, and another one must use higher rate of 16.5. Yes.
past sentence. In fact, I would probably move this there.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes.
So, can you see that what I've done here for the last one is the third structure that we can use, which is a noun phrase. The point I'm trying to make to you is it's useful to remember that after the verb suggest, there are three different structures that we can use. The first one is suggest doing, that's the gerund that you remembered. The second one is suggest that, that's called a clause. So it's a way to link two clauses together. And the third one is just we suggest something. So in the same way, for example, if you use and, right? Like this, okay? Let's say, I recommend buying this book. I recommend that you buy this book, or I recommend this book. So I think you will find that's quite useful if you remember those three structures when you're making suggestions and recommendations to people, that you can use any of these three structures. It depends whether you need to use a verb after it. If you need to use a verb, the simplest way is just to use a gerund. So we suggest doing this. Or you can, if you think it's simpler or clearer, then we suggest that somebody does this. Sometimes it's another person. It might not be you doing it. So if I say, I suggest selecting, that means you are going to select. But if I say us, we want to select it, then we suggest that you give us permission to select. Do you see? Then that would be that would make it clear that you have a new object before select, which is us rather than you. So sometimes you want to make it clear that you don't mean the other person does something, that you might want to say a third party. For example, we suggest that Mr. Chan should deal with this paperwork and Mr. Smith should deal with that paperwork.
Yes.
But then we suggest, and then if you use a gerund, that's difficult to do because it's difficult to put the subject before the gerund. That's why we have these different structures. One, we suggest doing something that basically means you do this. The second way is we suggest that, and then you can put whatever subject you want. We suggest that these figures should be included in this file. Do you see what I mean? But sometimes it's useful, like in this case, we suggest this one, we suggest that one, we recommend this one. And that's useful to remember those three structures. So gerund, that clause, and noun phrase, but not infinitive.
Understand.
Okay. And then the next bit is, it is because, I will change to this is because. Not this. Not it, sorry, but this. Do you remember the difference when we use this and this is? This refers to something that you've made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the whole
refers
thing.
to a
This
noun.
is the whole thing. This. Yeah.
That's right. That's good. Yeah. Now, I like the way that you've used this higher than that of. That's good. That's smart that you've remembered that of. However, you made a mistake with singular and plural here, because you are referring to the profits, right? Profits are plural. So the assessable profits of OGIS shouldn't be is, should be, what should you put? Not is.
It's because the is.
You see, you've got the word profits, right?
Yes.
And that's plural. So you can't use is. You need to use.
I think I think should be accessible profit. I think no SC.
Really?
No SC. I think no SC.
I think profits are generally countable. Profits. The only time the only time we use profit in a singular way is if we talk about profit and loss. For example, profit and loss margins, profit and loss spreadsheets.
Okay.
But
But why because but this is one because I am talking about the OGIS profit is single why you suggest use are not use is it?
well, if you really think of it as one profit, then yes, it can be singular. Like your idea of removing the S from profits, then you can use is higher than that of revenue. But I don't believe it should be a single profit. They have revenue and OGIS is two companies, right? Two company names.
Yes.
Each company makes profits every year. So when they're submitting their tax returns, then they're trying to classify things according to different companies, right? But each company has profits. The only time you can talk about profit is, let's say, for example, I sell one product, right? If I sell one product, I can make a profit of $10. That's a single profit of $10. But I mean, if this company is doing trading or whatever,
Yes,
they do,
I know.
right?
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know
They're
what you
going to
mean.
be
Many profit,
consistent.
many transaction, many profits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it should be slower.
Yes.
So it should be R higher than. So it needs to be plural. And then again with the next part, then rather than that of, it should be resolved. If you were using profit singularly, then that would be right to use that of. Yeah. Refer to same problem here. I think I don't need to explain that one again in the next paragraph. Then the relative clause at the end of that sentence, you've got $12 million which. So what do you need to change there?
Referring I refer to the attached income statement. Referring to.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Why can't you put I refer to? You cannot use I refer to because here, look in the middle, you have 2 points, you see? Referring to this, and then this, joined together with a comma, right? If you use I refer to, after statement, sorry, I'll show you what I mean. If you do like this, I refer to, statement, and then like this. See the difference? Okay, but how about the end of that sentence? 12 million. Do you understand? This is a relative clause.
I think no need
bit
wish.
that
I think no need wish.
No,
Just
you can't
just
do that.
substantial.
No, not
No.
right. No. Look, here, okay? You've got verbs here. This
Okay.
one
Okay.
and this one. Okay, you've got 2 verbs. I'll put them in blue to make it clear, okay? So, first, you have a clause. It's not a verb clause. You've got referring to this. Okay, so talking about this. Now, that just leads into your main point. Now, the main point is the shipping income is this, and the net profit is this. So you've already got your verbs. You had the same problem earlier. Where was it? It's the problem is it comes from the Chinese.
Okay.
Where was it? I'm just trying to find the one we had before. Sorry, I can't remember where it was.
No problem.
You had the same problem earlier. Sorry, I forgot where it was. But do you remember that earlier you had this sentence with is... there. It was this sentence. It was the one with the ITL000842. Do you remember in this sentence? I think I deleted it already. I changed it, sorry. I changed it. Do you remember this one? The name of the insurance customer is James, is not found. That's the same problem. That what you've got is, see, I think you can do that in Chinese because you have like, this is good, it is. This is good, is this. This is good, is cheap, is not right. This is good because it is cheap, but not this is good, is cheap. Legal product, 好嘢，好平. Do you see? This one, ITL, this example here, you had the same problem because you had here the verb is in the sentence. The name of the insurance customer is James Malcolm, is not found. So that was the same sort of problem that you had there. Anyway, let's go back to this one, sorry. The thing is, I want to correct your documents, but I know that it's more important for you to actually try to understand them so that next time you can fix it yourself. Where's it gone? Sorry. Go down here. Okay. Okay, so can you see that you can't remove the word which? What you need to do is put the comma.
Okay.
After million, you put the comma. See, I was hoping that you would get there yourself.
Yes, I hope.
Because
I need to get on myself. Yes.
No, I mean, what I mean is, I was hoping that you would correct that yourself because I reminded you that you have some problems with using defining and non-defining relative clauses. And I know that it seems to me that in your mind, the comma is a very small thing. Am I right?
I know it's a big thing, but...
Well, it's not a really big thing, but it's important to separate the two clauses because the point is, here we are not defining something. We're giving some extra information about it. Anyway, after this amount, you need to separate it, and then this is called additional information.
Yes.
So it should be a comma. And also, after which are, you could add both, very substantial. Which are both very substantial. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, actually we've nearly finished. I'm sorry, I know you need to go out. But
no problem.
We have just incurred accounting fee. You've got a problem with the word incurred. Incurred means that you have to pay it. I think you mean included.
Included, yeah, included, yes, included.
Yeah.
Yes. Included. Yes.
I think you know the meaning of incurred because you're an accountant. Am I right? I think you know incur, right?
I know.
Okay. So it's just, don't worry, it's just maybe a careless typing mistake. Administration expenses, you can use administration expenses, but I was thinking, how about administrative?
Yes.
expenses instead of administration expenses.
Mm.
It seems that the items of administration expenses are not enough. I wasn't really sure what you meant by are not enough. Maybe you mean that something like it seems that we have not actually charged you, is it? Or something like that. We have not actually charged you sufficient expenses.
Yes. Yes.
Something like that. Are not enough seems. Maybe you could add something like are not enough to cover all of our costs or something like that. See, you could add something. We understand that some administration expenses, such as this, entertainments with customer, entertainment is uncountable. We should not put an S on it.
Okay.
Should be uncountable. With customers, it's okay, I suppose. I think you've got a problem with the way that you put your bullet points here, because you've got, if you look at E, right, you've got and other administration expenses. Shouldn't it be like this? It's not just other administration expenses may be absorbed, it's all of these. So I think you need to put a colon
Yes.
at the beginning, right? And then a comma at the end. You should put a semicolon. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Change to a semicolon. Just to show you about the punctuation. You've used a semicolon for D, but not consistent with the others. And also your and should move over to here. And should be at the end of D. And then maybe absorbed. Okay. In the point of view, no S, just point of view of this department should incur reasonable okay, up to you if you want to use administration or administrative. Stated above. Don't use in. Delete in. This paragraph here is a little bit strange. You've got to avoid the high probable tax queries. High probable tax queries raised up. I think. Oh, I see what you mean. The high probability of tax queries being raised, not up. And then delete and troubles. And then you need to use the IRD. Would you please notice that you've used would you please again, but you have no question mark at the end. So when you write a question mark, discuss should be followed by an object. You need to discuss something, discuss this with your administrative teams to quantify the above expenses, the monetary values, which were absorbed. Is it the monetary values were absorbed? It should be, you've got the which in the wrong place. It should be to quantify which of the above expenses.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Values were absorbed by this and related parties. Okay. After we will have obtained, no will, it shouldn't be future perfect, it should be present perfect. After we have obtained, we will add them into the detailed income statement. I think you should delete your hyphen and just put as administrative expenses and then full stop at the end. Don't forget your punctuation. Change that one to as no has, just OGIS commenced shipping, past simple tense because you specified the time, right? And then change do into would. Not do, but would you prefer. Remember the difference between do and would? Would you prefer that means now? Do you prefer that means always?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
This means you've missed your S on this means that you will continue similar business patterns that are continue similar business, I think, patterns that is engaged in the similar business in the shipping business. I'm not really sure about that, but the shipping business. Perry, I know that you need to leave now. The last one here, maybe shall we just leave this last one?
No need. I think this one is okay. We can compete. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
All
you
right,
very
Perry, I
much.
know you need to go out and
Thank you.
visit your father-in-law, yeah?
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
hope your father-in-law's okay.
Yes, thanks. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Perry, listen, have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
And maybe see you next week, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Take care.
See you.
I know you need to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks.
All right. Bye, Perry.
Thank you.
I'll send you the email.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you. 安安頭先見到佢啦。安安，黑頭。佢頭先喺度啊，不過佢喺度擒